Good morning, good morning. It is almost 8 o'clock in the morning. I woke up pretty early. Today is the day I mill the flat reservoir for our project here. The reason why I want to start early is because milling a reservoir takes extra long. There's a lot of material that needs to be shaved off. So this is gonna probably take me at least until after lunch to finish this. So I'll take you through the process. I'm gonna charge this camera for a bit. This is the cardboard mock-up I drew up yesterday. These are the dots where I took measurements from, and we'll see how it goes. A couple of things though before we begin. I know that the quality of the videos are kind of, on the low part because I'm using a GoPro to make these videos. Now, GoPro in low light situations, I'm sure you know, is not very good. So we've amped up the lighting in the shop, added a lot more, brighter lights, but I'm not sure if it helps at all when we try to focus on the build itself. But rest assured that things are going to improve, and I'm just right now trying to measure the amount of interest I'm getting, that I'm going to get for the these types of videos. So this is Mimai, one of my shopkeepers, likes to drink her own pee. So right now we're lasering the actual material to put on top of the CNC. I used to manually cut the acrylic. I used a jigsaw, and it took too long, and then the cuts weren't that straight. So I upgraded my CNC to 100 watts one, so I could easily cut 12mm acrylic. So it would be, I'd have straighter material to put on the CNC, and it would be easier for me to, do back-to-back milling. So I had to do one more pass. I forgot to set the power on the first cut. Good cut. So this is the material that we're going to be using. I mark my material according to the original template I cut up out of the laser. God, this laptop is so slow. I need a new one. Oh God, there's no internet. I have no idea how I'm gonna move forward with this. So apparently my CNC-JS does actually work without the internet. That's good news because I get to continue working. Whee! It works. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to cut the actual, channel for the reservoir, because it's gonna be the one that's gonna take most of the time. I'm gonna switch my end mill over to 6mm. I think it's triple flute. Alex Banks from the UK gave me a single flute for these types of jobs, but I haven't been able to study it yet in terms of feed rates and such. I'm going to have to use my old ways for now. So from 4mm we're going to use this 6mm one. I use 6mm for stuff like this because it cuts off more material. It used to be much easier homing the surface when I had this, but apparently I lost the receiver, so I have to do everything manually. Alright, homing set, and we're about to get started. CNC is running, I'm gonna eat some breakfast. Okay, so we're done. Time to replace the 6mm, the 2mm flute, so we can start milling out the slot for the O-ring. Now, got to keep in mind, you got to be careful you don't drop your end mills, because although they're very rigid and they are resistant to a lot of tension, they are not shatterproof. So I've lost a lot of end mills by accidentally dropping them after I take them off the collet. So you guys might want to pay attention. So right here is a single flute. We're done slotting the O-ring grooves or O-ring canals, and then we've also test fitted it. Now it's time to move forward with drilling and then threading. Okay, so we're done. I don't know if you guys can see this, but dirty. It's not the finish that I wanted. I'm not very satisfied with the result because of, tool marks that have been left, especially this one. It's nothing that a little sanding won't fix. We have visitors, my uncle and my nephew. Hi. Unfortunately, one of my dogs tripped on the outlet or the wire, and I had to freaking start everything over again. Okay, both parts are done. I'm gonna have to do some post-processing work on this for a bit. Okay, so we got most of the machine marks out. Logo is done. Package from DHL. Okay, I think it's another case. that we're gonna work on soon.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I put in some grape juice. Now, if you're familiar with EK pump mounts or EK D5 pumps, there will be threads inside. Okay, they molded a bolt inside or a nut inside here. I needed to drill it out because I needed the tap to be on the distro, not the pump mount. So. Already made the cover for the bottom to hide all the holes. Also did one for the back. They're a lot more cleaner now. Everything's mounted now. It's very solid. One thing that bothers me is why this tube has a bluish tint to it compared to these other ones. It doesn't matter once water flows in, but it's just kind of bugging why. Okay, so that's the end of part 2. I got my cousin and a couple of friends who came over for beers and food. So see you guys on the next video. Mod on.